And we are back here once again with another episode of the MSK Show, and this is going to be episode 110. And in this episode of the MSK Show, we are going to be doing our Sonic the Hedgehog 3 open spoiler discussion. So this was a, type of thing that I brought to the channel with the Nightwing podcast a long time ago with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But then, as you guys know, like with DC's lore, things get retconned. But obviously, I brought this back with I don't know which movie we did it for this year to bring this kind of thing back. I think we did it for It Ends With Us, Alien Romulus. Oh no, we did it with Deadpool and Wolverine. That was the one where we brought it back. It was Deadpool, Wolverine, then Borderlands, then It Ends With Us, then Alien Romulus, then Joker 2, and now to end the year off, we're gonna be doing it with Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Come on, man. You can't. You got to remember the movie of all movies this year, that M. Night Shyamalan movie that came out.
You're right. We did do it. Yeah, we did it on Trap.
Yeah, we did.
Fuck. It was crazy. I uploaded that movie review not too long ago, and a lot of people liked it. I tell people, when I do these kind of things, I want to make sure I'm doing them in a satisfactory way. Like, I get all my thoughts out about a movie and what I was potentially going in thinking about it, potentially like what I thought during the movie, during certain scenes. Some people can do movie reviews in like 10 minutes, but whenever I did those, dude, I never felt like I actually got out everything I wanted to say. Like, I fully fleshed out my thoughts on things,
Yeah. Well, when it comes to reviewing movies, sometimes it's just best not to get hung up on small, little, minute details.
My brain always does.
Sometimes it's best. Sometimes it's best if you really want to do a 5-minute video, dude. Sometimes it's just best to sit in front of the camera and say shit right off the top of your head. That's how I did it for a year and a half.
So going into 2025, as we end off this year and literally a week, we need about what? How many days till New Year's Eve?
Not even a
3,
week.
6. Yeah, really 9 days left. Yeah. So after the rest of the days of this month and going into next year, are you going to be bringing back your movie review channel, or are you just going to be a nerd with D&D still?
Bit of both. I mean,
yes,
but the D&D stuff is going to continue, and I've got a bunch of stuff coming up for the gaming channel as well as the movie channel. And yeah, I would really like to get back to reviewing movies. I'm even thinking about rebranding it a little bit, kind of thinking about leaning into the Full Metal thing a little further and just change the unbiased movie nerd title to like Full Metal Critic or some shit like that.
You know what you could do?
What could I do?
Get a get up like one of those punk rockers, get a black jacket, black sunglasses, a black wig.
I thought that's what this was, dude. I put this on the other night, and Iron looked at me, and he was like, "What in the Wakanda Forever is that?"
No, you got to go full out. You need a wig, you need a jacket, you need black jeans, and you got to do the whole thing of like, I'm Full Metal Nate, now I'm reviewing a movie. You got to do that raunchy smoker's voice too. God.
I need an alter ego that comes in and punches me out when I have a bad take.
What?
Did
you think this? How would you rate this movie on a scale of what? 5 what?
I'm going to kick this son of a bitch every time you say what.
But I told you guys next year, I'm going to try and put out more movie reviews. And even if I do them, like obviously sometimes by myself, because, not everyone's going to watch every single movie, obviously. Or even when we do like movie projects, some people will potentially be there during the movie project, but sometimes it'll just be me reviewing each movie. I want to at least get back into doing it again. I know you guys love The Trap, It Ends With Us, and Borderlands movie reviews we did, but keep in mind, guys, I like to do things in order. And people ask me, why do you do that? Because generally when it comes to like franchises, I like to get my opinions about the other movies because I had opinions about those too. Because when you have a new movie come out, it's one of those things where like people always ask you like, what did you think about the other ones? Well, I don't want to have that anymore. I want to give my opinions on the other ones. And my brain just functions off of like, man, it's like randomly buying a comic book and starting at like issue fucking 15. You just randomly picking it up there. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, how did we get here?
Or starting your MCU journey at Guardians of the Galaxy and never watching Iron
weird,
Man.
Right? Yeah. Like, I hate that. So for me, I just start things off from the beginning. And people say, isn't that going to take you a while to do? I don't care, guys. All we have is time, really. What are we doing better? All we're doing is working and doing this. Might as well take our time to get things done in a satisfactory rate. That's how I think about things. Because I thought to myself, you know what? I have all these big franchises I want to tackle. Just a review here and there is going to knock it out, honestly. So I'm talking with another guy you guys have seen on the channel named Andrew. We're thinking about just reviewing every single MCU movie from the beginning all the way to where it is at now. So that would be
like the biggest project you've ever done.
That's
right?
30. Because on Captain America 4, how many movies is that? That's 35 movies. We're not Captain America 4 next year coming up.
That's more. We're more than 30.
It'll be
by
38
now.
by the time Thunderbolts ends.
That is insane.
Think
about that.
By the 2008 when this started, we're at 38 movies now. We're in the rabbit hole.
I was in fucking middle school when Iron Man hit theaters. Let that sink in.
You want me to get my sink?
No, don't get your sink. You're not Elon Musk going into the White House.
Oh God, man. So we'll probably end up doing it maybe with Sonic first. Like maybe during this, I just go into movie review form, and then I just use this later on to clip out. So when I review the other two, I could just drop this, so I don't have to obviously watch the movie again. I could go into review form. I could. It just depends. Do I want to entertain you guys? Because I like entertaining.
Can you back me up on this? Because I think I said before we started live, it's 2024. We're getting ready to go into 2025. How is it in the year 2024 going into 2025 that we have two trilogies? One is a Venom trilogy, and the other is a Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy. And the Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy is better than the Venom trilogy.
You know what actually makes me sad? The only Venom movie that made a lot of money was the first one. It took in like $850 million. That made more money than every single Sonic movie combined. That breaks my soul. The first Venom movie made more than both first two Venom movies have made more money than both Sonic movies. And that's sad because the Sonic movies are 8 times way better. It's not even close, honestly.
Quality over quantity, baby.
No, it's not. It's the same amount of movie, you son of a bitch.
I'm just saying the Sonic the Hedgehog movies are a much higher quality than the shitty Venom movies.
Not that hard, but I agree.
Oh my God.
Gosh, man. Oh Lord. The fact that Venom 1 made more money than a Sonic movie just blows my brains.
And for half of the movie, Venom's not even in it.
Not even that. There's a time skip where he could have just left. Part of there's a time skip where that dude, when he's talking about, I want to take this rocket back to their home planet. Couldn't you just done that in the that movie's so trash.
I don't listen to anything Riz Ahmed says in real life. Why would I listen to anything he says in a movie?
That's because his people like to eat cows.
Okay, moving on.
And to be fair, they love to own 7-Elevens too. But hey, I went to a 7-Eleven earlier today. I got some beef mini tacos. 20 of them. 10. What is 10 of them? Yeah, 20 of them for like $10. Man, it tasted good.
I bet they were good.
Now, do I take Tiny out on a first date to a 7-Eleven?
We're not touching this one with a 39.5-foot pole, son.
Gosh, Tiny sent this man into his gym arc, except it's accepting black people. God, MSK went black ever since.
Are you reading that off the Rumble chat?
No. This is a YouTube one.
Oh.
MSK went black ever since Tiny left. He had 2 black men on his stream earlier and had 2 black people yesterday too. Actually, speaking of having black men inside me, I had Verbal Riot for a one-on-one on Friday. He's black. And then I had Mugen Lord and Society. Well, Mugen Lord's the Society would be here regardless. They're black. So that's 3 black guys. Then they had the 2 other black guys from She-Town Gamers tonight. So, yeah. 5 black guys in 3 days. That's a record.
Well, are you going to take the iconic picture of you sitting on the couch in the middle and they all crowd around you?
No, WZ would do that for me, honestly. God, man. I hate life sometimes. Why do I give you guys any level of clout? Holy shit.
When was the last time you talked to Tiny, dude? You should probably reach out to her and just ask how she's doing.
Me? Talk to a woman? No, she has to reach out to me first. I do all the
You don't
reaching
have
out
to be
everyone.
You don't have to be a Riz master to ask a girl if she's all right.
Mugen Lord is white. Yeah, to be fair, Mugen Lord Society, they're all like white black guys, but they're black on the outside. Inside you, we didn't say anything about that. Yeah, now I'm realizing that statement out of context is pretty bad, honestly.
All it would take is the right person taking that, clipping it, and clipping it together with something else, and just forming an incoherent story about you just getting. You know what? I'm not even going to finish that.
Oh,
it's a little too much,
God,
even for
man.
me.
Oh shit!
Right, man.
I don't give a fuck about this, man. Lies. She'll always think about me. I made such an impression on her. I'll always be on her mind, like every woman. 1776 is another big one. She'll always have me on her mind. I was her first. Oh God, was she going on a tirade about dating in one of your fucking D&D groups on Twitter?
I don't know if I should say anything. Well, yeah, she was.
Even though she couldn't pick a good guy to save her life, and I got her the best guy she's ever been with, so I can pick better men for her than she herself. Just pointing it out there.
It wasn't necessarily a tirade as much as it was just
bad. A meltdown.
Well, no, someone in the group chat has started dating, and I forgot she was still in there, so I guess she tried to join in. She tried to join in on the conversation and tried to, give advice. But it's like the more she tried to give advice, the worse the advice got, and it got to the point where everybody was like, "Okay, just stop talking. Just stop. You're making us all uncomfortable."
A woman giving dating advice in 2024. You love to see it.
I will say that Iron and Darnell are right. When it comes to guys should give each other dating advice.
Women give the worst dating advice ever.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, that's probably why I got 3 failed relationships.
No, I'm saying literally, do not ask your mom about dating advice. She's about to tell you some straight up simp bullshit that literally most women would never go for.
But if I ask my dad for dating advice, he's going to give me some sexual harassment advice. And I'm just like, no. I'm like, it's like, okay, you both suck. I don't need to ask any of you for dating advice. Okay.
Yeah. Like I asked a person in the group that 1776 is not very fond of now, based off certain things I literally can't say publicly, but I asked him to copy and paste it. He said, nah, I'll hang myself. Shit.
What? You know what? I'll ask just out of curiosity, because we've known each other for a couple years now. What exactly happened? Us. We're like Venom. We're like Venom and Eddie, son. You're never getting rid of me.
That's crazy. We're more like fucking, what's his name? We're more like Ralph Dibny. I'm more like Green Lantern. I'm more like a Chad. Goodness.
Are we talking 2011? Is that the one you're referring to?
Oh God.
I was gonna,
because you guys asked me about that. I don't know about the filming process or the rules in my movie theater. I mean, I can film more outside the building, but that's the problem there. You guys don't know, outside of that building in a parking lot, there's a railroad track right there. We have Santa Fe here, so that train could at any point come down and start blaring its horns.
I don't think the movie theater would bitch at you if you're standing by your car filming yourself.
No, outside. No, I don't know about the filming inside the building, actually. And I think there's nothing to film in there. It literally, if you see it once, it doesn't change. We just now got recliner seats, I think in like 2022. No,
I have to drive.
We got recliner seats.
If I want a theater with recliner seats, I either have to drive to Cary, North Carolina, or downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, which either way, it's still a 45-minute drive, no matter what direction I go.
Or even, I forgot, our theaters our seats don't recline. They do not recline. They finally got the new seats in 2023, and they do not recline.
The theater that I go to, the Regal Theater that I'm always at, they don't have reclining seats.
I would love to go out to Victorville. It's 30 minutes down the hill, but like freaking hell. Look at this, James. It has to be worth it for James to do it. And at least at the AMC theater, they have chicken wings. Oh my God, the chicken wings are so good.
Do they got burgers and pizza and shit? Stuff like that?
Pizza, yeah. Most of them don't have burgers, but some have like Pizza Huts. Pizza Hut's trash, honestly. That's like this trash. Any movie theater with a Pizza Hut in it is garbage. But they have like Starbucks and shit. It's good. I like the experience like that. Mine never had any beer or alcohol. I never had. had movie theaters with those.
My theater's got beer and wine.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Imagine getting drunk and watching like Morbius. That must.
Oh no.
Uh,
That's a movie you'd have to get drunk to even get through.
we did. We had fold. I'm not kidding you. These chairs were the same chairs that I'd seen since I was a little kid. I was in first grade when I went to that theater and I saw the movie Spirit, the animated movie. Those were the same
great.
chairs. That was a great movie, right?
Yeah.
Those were the same ass damn chairs that we had in there for years. They only just changed last year.
Yeah.
And the seats don't recline. To be fair, I don't need my seat to recline. I would love if it did. It's a nice, comfy chair when you go in there. It's all nice and comfy. It's good. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, the chairs we got in our theater, they're like cushioned. I mean, they don't recline, but I mean, there's still enough like flexibility in them to where you can kind of lean back and like rest your head and stuff. I mean, they're comfy. I mean, it's not like you're sitting there in pain while trying to watch movies. So it's pretty easy to fall asleep if you really want to.
Oh God, fuck me. Oh shit. Well, we're going to get into movie review form here in just a moment. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to clip this out eventually when I review the other two Sonic movies, and I'll just clip this review out of this one and put it in there. See? Genius.
It's a good idea.
Actually, it's a bad idea because I don't know what I'm going to do the other two movies. Okay. It won't be anytime soon, but it'll be at some point. Do you guys believe me?
You should just dump them all on like Christmas Day or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Merry Christmas. Here's my Sonic the Hedgehog movie reviews.
Woo! Because the only day off I have this week, because as people know, for holidays, and end of the year holiday weeks are 6 days. Both days for me, at least me personally. And it's fine because January is pretty slow. So these, for the last 2 weeks, are going to affect the first week's paychecks for January. So I'm fine with working this much till the end of the year because January is pretty slow. The only day I have off this week is the day after Christmas. So I have the 26th off.
There's not really anything worth a damn coming out this January from what I've noticed.
The only movie dropping is Den of Thieves, and I've never even seen the first one.
So
we should probably watch the first one and review it before the new one comes out then.
I'd be down.
Just let me know when you do, because like we could watch at the same time. And that way it's in our heads fresh. That way when we review it, it could just all just be. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
I think I've seen. Have I seen this before?
Have you?
This looks so familiar.
Are you going to go see Nosferatu when it comes out? Comes out this weekend.
I've never been interested. It just didn't interest me. I'm not saying it's bad. I've never seen any of those movies. It just didn't interest me.
You know, like Robert Eggers and his work.
Robert Eggers. Who have I seen any of these guys' movies?
He made The Witch, The Lighthouse. He made The Northman in 2022.
I saw The Northman. I saw The Lighthouse.
The Witch is good.
I haven't seen that one. That one I haven't seen.
It's good.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, it starred 50 Cent?
You lost me when you said 50 Cent.
Okay, so the first one, it stars Jared Butler, Pablo Schreiber, Curtis 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson.
She just really mispronounced Gerard Butler. What the fuck?
I said Gerard Butler. You deaf?
You said Gerard Butler.
Did I say Gerard?
Yes,
oh
you did.
I'm retarded.
I was like, you really just disrespect that man? The fuck? That man is a national treasure, son. What the hell are you doing?
Blue, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Yeah. So there's a sequel coming out, literally, which is in the worst month of the year for new movies to drop, which is
January.
Yeah, it's coming out January 10th. Oh, it's coming out the second week of January when everyone spent all their money on Christmas and New Year's, and they spent the rest of their money traveling back home to their shitty, crappy 9-to-5s.
January is literally that month of the year where they just throw shit at the wall and just to see what sticks.
It's very rare. A good classic movie you'll watch in January will be in your top 10 list later in the year.
I think in the past couple of years, the only movie I saw in January that I actually liked was probably Scream 5 when it first came out.
Right? Yeah, I like Scream 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Scream 6 is better, but I didn't mind Scream 5. The only one I actively did not enjoy really was Scream 3. I just thought it's not that it's bad. It's still enjoyable, but it's just not not good. You know?
You're not the only one that has that opinion. I've talked to plenty of people that don't like Scream 3 either. And they say that Scream 4 is actually like an improvement over it.
I would agree. Yeah, the thing, even the worst Scream movies have that enjoyable factor to it. But you still got to be honest at the end of the day. Like, I'll tell you this: even if I enjoy movies, I will still be honest with my fault of them. Even if my overall total consensus on it is negative, right, I'll still tell you parts I liked about it. Even in movies I think are just complete trash, I'll tell you
The Last Jedi.
Okay,
I'm trolling you, jackass. I know you don't like that movie.
What I wanted to happen was I wanted Rey to get her pussy eaten out by Kylo Ren. That's what I wanted.
No.
Nate, I thought you were fun. Nate, you said going into 2025, you'd be fun.
MSK, are you reading dirty fan fiction again? Get the fuck off Reddit, son. That's why get off Reddit and go find Jesus.
Okay, so let me put this down for our notepad. What day are you free?
I'm not free.
Week. Holy shit.
I'm not free any day during the week, but probably Friday evening, Saturday evening, and Sunday evening.
Okay, so Friday evening you can't because you're on Rogues Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm free Saturday. We're not doing D&D this Saturday.
Okay. We could review Den of Thieves. Let's have it watched by, instead of going to the theaters this week because I have nothing to watch, I'll watch it on Saturday or Friday, and then we can review it on Sunday, like today.
I'm down. Let me
just write it down.
Okay.
We're going to watch Den of Thieves.
I'm trying to figure out what it's playing on so I can watch it. Den Thieves. Oh, it came out in 2018, so not that long ago.
Okay.
I can watch it.
It's a general consensus. Oh my god, I can't speak. I'm retarded. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh, almost done. Okay, so I added it to my notepad.
I guess I can just rent it. I got about $100 in spending money for the next 2 weeks, so if I can rent it for like $2, I'll just do that.
I put it in the internet and watch it for free.
I'm trying, but it's like not available on any of the fucking
oh my god
streaming services.
Go to Bangher uTorrents. My
that's not real.
That can't be real.
That can't be real.
Always the best. Okay, Den of Thieves. I'll put it on. Okay, I don't have any one-on-ones Friday. How long is the movie? Let me see. Let me go with the runtime. The runtime is
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, wasted. Literally wasted. Holy fuck, man. All right. Okay.
I don't know if I could listen to 50 Cent for 2 hours and 30 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll put it down to watch Friday. That'll be the thing I do this Friday is watch Den of Thieves.
I could probably
way it'll be somewhat still fresh in my mind. I should just watch it. No, Saturday we can't. Saturday we have the podcast. Yeah, I'll watch it Friday. I'll put it down and watch Friday. I have to.
I'll just watch it sometime during the week after work, and I'll just take notes as I'm watching it.
Take notes.
That's what I used to do when I was reviewing movies in 2022. I used to walk into the movie.
Them like vividly still?
Yeah. I had a notepad with me and everything. I'd take notes and write down what I wanted to talk about or what I needed to put emphasis on more. I mean, it worked.
My brain's not working, dude. I spelled Friday fur day.
Cue that old clip of you going, his brain don't work.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay, so I'll be watching we're going to have a Den of Thieves watch party on Friday. I don't know what time. I'll probably watch it at like 8 o'clock. Honestly, I'll probably just do it then.
You just want to watch it on here.
Okay. So on Saturday, if I'm not tired after the podcast, we could just do it Saturday if you want to. I don't care.
I'm down either way.
Okay. Now, do you want to do it obviously pre-recorded or you just want to do it live?
I would say we could do it live because can't you do it on Rumble and?
Well, it don't matter. I'll just clip it out when we do the actual review. I'll just clip out the review anyway. So people want to watch it. Okay, good. So I'll watch it Friday. Review it Saturday. MSK Den of Whores is better. That probably is better, but I want to try and get back on this. Watching movies in order, reviewing them, and getting ready for the next installments. And good Lord, Jurassic fucking World 7 is coming out. Why do we need more of
Are they
those?
seriously making another
Yeah,
one?
yeah. The next one is going to star Scarlett Johansson. I'm not
Do you
even
remember
kidding.
when me and you absolutely shredded Dominion? Didn't we do that?
Yeah, and I actually generally thought there would be no more of these to exist, but it turns out if your film just makes $1 billion, there will be a sequel at some point made
Dude,
down the road.
the villain's plan is so bad that I still remember the plan to this day.
I do
That's
too.
how,
It was
that's how
that bad.
bad it was.
The one about the locusts, right?
Yes.
Do you remember Fallen Kingdom's villain? I did.
He wants to use the locust to take over the farming industry, but by doing that, you'll take out all the crops and destroy humanity, so there won't be anything to rule, you fucking jackass.
Hey, I'm gonna have my locusts kill all the valuable animals on the farm, and then I'll just have nothing. Yeah, what a great villain these movies are fucking having. Movies stink sometimes, man, and it's not because they're like woke or whatever. They're just written like shit. They're just bad. They're just straight up awful from concept alone. It's bad.
You know, when society tells me he can't make a top 10 best list, it's because I believe him. There's just not a lot of movies coming out anymore that are worthy of being on a top 10 best list.
Yeah, and I always tell people it's not even just because of like race swaps or gender swaps, which I obviously don't like. It's generally because, oh my god,
it's just bad writing. Flash. Like they can't write good stories.
Watch The Flash, and tell me if that's good, Lee. Good, Lee. It's not a word. Watch The Flash, and you tell me if that's written good. Tell me that's a well-written movie. No, that movie's written like dog shit.
I mean, your actors can do really good jobs all they want, but if your story sucks, the movie's not going to land.
All right, let's start getting into this hot, fresh banger. Oh God, gonna go on movie review mode, guys. So, two things I should mention before we start doing this. Okay, so I will be clipping out the movie review we're gonna do here and upload it later on. So if you do want to watch it live, you will always have it here if you want to watch it. Second of all, after Den of Thieves, which I'll watch this Friday coming up, I'll be watching and reviewing the other Sonic movies, the previous two. So I'll upload those reviews, whether I do them with someone or by myself. You will get those in order. And then obviously before this one drops, I would have to watch Knuckles because that obviously is a mini little spin-off series that they did, and I hadn't, watch that before this movie, so it's not really gonna matter.
WZ's got a good question.
When is the MSK? No, that made me fucking beat off to entertain the audience because it was so bad.
When the show is so bad that you have to yank your meat stick out for the audience to entertain them.
I didn't even actually touch it. I swear to God, I literally did not touch my 9-inch BBC. I was just faking it because the show is so bad it mentally destroyed my brain.
Wait, is that where that clip came from? You talking about Halo?
So we were watching one of the episodes of Halo. It was during the sex scene, obviously, because that's my luck.
Wait, where Cortana's touching herself even though she shouldn't be able to do that? The fuck?
Don't show the girl's tits because fucking reasons. And I was like, you know what? I hate it. I turned my camera on. I forgot it was on. And I was like, I fucking hate this show. I literally said this word for word. I'd rather beat off than watch this shit. And then I totally forgot my camera was on. So I pretended to jerk off. And then everyone just thinks I was literally beating off.
Well,
on video.
As they say in Lord of the Rings, history became legend and then legend became myth.
No, there was no myth. I did that for real, except the actual touching dick part.
I mean, that clip is famous now. So.
I'm not gonna lie. That was all I remember from those watch parties was that clip because I don't remember nothing about that shitty ass. That show was terrible. That show was bad.
It's almost like you should watch what you say and do on the internet, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie. That show single-handedly is worse than every single Disney Plus MCU show. It's literally boring.
Really?
The acting sucks. It's paced like shit. It is just God. Would you literally strip me down butt naked, lather me up with butter, and put a fucking blindfold over my eyes to make me watch that shit ever again? No.
Would you put it under like the Disney Star Wars shows?
Yes. Yeah. It's so bad.
Wow. It's really that bad?
Not only is it not memorable, the acting, it just the plot is so bad. Why did I because I told K-Dot I want to just broaden my horizons, watch new stuff, kind of critique media. Maybe that was a bad start.
I'm gonna broaden my horizons. Proceeds to watch the worst show ever conceived by man.
Immediately stopped doing watch parties after that. Completely burnt himself out.
It's like It's like that meme where he's typing on the clipboard, upgrade, fuck, go back, go back.
It might have been one of the worst things I ever seen in my life. I was like, man, I watched that for 8 weeks on end.
Hey, MSK, remember, Vampire Diaries is quality television, son.
It is.
It
You
is.
can fuck off.
I said it was good. Why am I gonna fuck off?
Oh God. God, you guys are assholes. I hate all of you.
Just read his comment.
Uh,
You should probably ask her how she is, man. I'm just
she'll
saying.
be fine.
I'm trying to help you out here, man. Come on.
She thinks about me when she's pleasuring herself. I can guarantee you.
I don't think she does that.
Are you saying women don't think about me when they're pleasuring themselves?
Women with her condition probably can't, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she can't. Oh, huh. I wasn't ever fantasizing about that or thinking about that. I was just hypothetically saying these things out loud so I could just fuck these out of context statements are bad.
Like WZ's here. You better watch what you're saying.
Oh God. All right. So after this police car goes through because there's a black guy causing some crime, we're gonna actually do a movie review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm gonna go in review mode, and we're about to just deliver you guys a hot, fresh banger. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is my favorite film of the year so far. It's actually even better than I thought it was gonna come out. I knew it would come out good based off the previous two, but it came out even better than I thought it was. I was like, I was pleasantly even more surprised. I do have a few critiques here and there, but they're nothing that's super bad.
No, me neither. There's only like maybe 2 things that really bothered me with it. Other than that, I thought it was enjoyable as hell, dude.
Yeah, it's you know how you watch recent movies and very rarely some of them will really stick in your head and the scenes will keep playing on your head. Ever since I've seen this movie, guys, I'm not kidding you. I've remembered the scenes very, very almost to the T. I was like, man, what a memorable banger.
Once again, you have a movie that is just fun. It's meant to entertain the audience. It doesn't shove any kind of political messaging or pandering down your throat. It's just a fun movie that you can take your family to and enjoy. And that's all it really needed to be. It didn't need to be anything else other than that. And that's what makes all 3 of these movies work.
All right. Let me see if they're out here.
Oh, they gone. Okay.
We're good. All right. Because if it's not that you guys can hear them. If I hear that, my concentration completely breaks in half. That's
why I have those guys that needs total silence.
So, yeah, good Lord. Or that fucking retarded autistic dog down the street just barks at literally it could bark at a tire just next to itself. A tire.
It's like the movie Rubber. Have you ever seen that? Have you seen that movie?
That's the one with the killer car, right?
It's about a tire with psychic powers that rolls around killing people. I'm not shitting you. Let's get this underway.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, my God. Some Donkey Kong monkey went behind the counter at Chipotle to serve herself.
What?
I'm not kidding. I'm bookmarking it to make fun of this Shaniqua. This guy said, we got some Donkey Kong monkey behavior in this.
Did she get up on the counter and actually throw a barrel at somebody?
Oh, no, she didn't like the portions she got, so she just started serving herself.
She threw a barrel of iced tea at somebody behind the counter. Okay, that's fucked up.
Okay. Oh, God. Holy shit. All right. Time to give you guys a giga banger. Woo!
A giga banger. I've never heard that before.
Encapsulate. Wait, that's not a word.
I know words. All right, guys.
I know words. I promise. This is going to combine all the general consensus around me being black.
You could just say I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me.
The Force is gay and female, so I'm not either of those.
It is not female.
Speaking.
It's an energy field that surrounds us, penetrates us, and
penetrates us.
Obi-Wan said it first, not me.
He also said it in Family Guy too. Luke used the Force.
And then it penetrates us.
Penetration is not, I've had a lot of sex in my life. Obviously, you can tell just by looking at me. Oh, you don't believe me? Oh, okay, cool, awesome. Fuck. All right, 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's the fucking Tootsie Roll pop thing.
The world will never know.
Never know. Yeah, what a memorable commercial. That's the problem now. These commercials and everything, they have no rememberability factor. Even how stupid that sounds as a kid, how annoying it was, it sits in your head. It's rememberable.
The only reason you remembered it was because it was annoying.
That is true. That owl looked like he was sniffing some hard Ritalin.
He was definitely smoking devil's lettuce, if you know what I mean.
Why were people imagining a pure white owl with glasses telling him how to lick a dick?
A pure white owl telling a pure white kid how to lick Tootsie Rolls.
And you got to get to the center before you get to the good feeling. Oh, no. I need that doll that it's the throwing up motion eventually as a clip.
This is kind of sus. Wait a minute.
All right.
Well, actually, I'll wait until afterwards. That's okay.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm a black guy.
Okay, since you failed, are you excited for Dogman?
Sadly.
Sadly?
I'll be honest here. I didn't see the trailer. Well, I saw a little bit of it because I ran to the bathroom before the movie started. It played the Dogman trailer. That animation looks pretty bad.
I'm not feeling it. Like, I've seen the trailer a couple more times now. I'm just like, I'm not feeling that at all.
It didn't need to be 3D animation. It's 3D animation, is it? I think it needed to be in the animation style that they put that Rohirrim movie for Lord of the Rings. That kind of animation style would work for it very well.
War of the Rohirrim.
Rohirrim?
Yeah. Rohirrim.
Rohirrim. I was like, who hired that man to say that? He was slurring them R's a lot. That owl has been to a few Diddy parties. He was! That owl's Diddy! Oh my God. All right. Let's have some fun. Get ready for an ultra banger. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a movie review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the third film in the Sonic the Hedgehog film series. And we have hit the tail end of our Sonic the Hedgehog movie project. So I would highly recommend you guys go out and check out my other movie reviews on the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and the Knuckles Season 1 TV series review that I have done. Wait a minute. Oh my God.
What?
I'm black.
Yes, we know that. What happened?
I'm entertaining the audience. I've lost my brain, Nate.
I think you lost it a lot. I think you lost it a long time ago, buddy. And no, I don't know what happened. I'm confused. What happened?
Oh, I was trying to be entertaining and I completely failed. I'm a fucking loser. I never had sex and my dick doesn't work anymore. I can't get hard because when I turn 30, I can't jerk off anymore. I'm insane.
You gotta let matches burn down to your fingertips just so you can feel something.
Don't tell me. Don't give me hope.
So
I need that hot guy meme. Don't give me hope. What a great thing from that fucking movie. Okay, guys. I'll be honest. We don't got a lot of time here tonight, so we gotta make it count. Let's get a banger going. All right.
Don't touch yourself like that.
It's not Tuesday. Is there a monkey outside?
MSK.
In my area?
Focus.
Oh, there's a black man in my area. I gotta call the cops. They might try to rob me.
It's okay, buddy. Just focus on Sonic. He's your friend.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We're gonna be doing it in my butthole. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a movie review on Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is the third film in the Sonic the Hedgehog film series. So I highly recommend you guys go and check out the previous 2 movie reviews that are on the channel for the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, as well as checking out the Knuckles Season 1 review as well, because I thought to myself, when we did the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 open spoiler discussion, that I would just pretty much just do the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie review in this fashion, because I probably ended up butt fucking a broomstick.
I'm gonna butt fuck your granddad with this broomstick.
I'm having sex with my black father.
What? No, that's just pedophilia.
What do you mean? He's Diddy and Ray J.
That would explain a lot.
Okay. Are you saying I'm retarded? I'm entertaining you guys. Fucking, what do you need? People are like, everyone else carries your stream. You're not entertaining. Fuck off, you bastard. I can be entertaining. I want to have sex with James Gunn's wife.
It's good to have dreams, MSK, but delusions.
Not good. Okay. Third time this time, I'll be serious, you guys. I need guys. Okay, let's go. Being serious from here on out. Open sesame.
Do it now.
Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a movie review on Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the third film in the Sonic film series. So if you guys have actually been following the movie reviews that I've been doing on the channel, we've already reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog 1. We've also reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and we have also reviewed the Knuckles Season 1 TV show. And now we are finally ending it off with Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And just so you guys know, they've already announced a Sonic the Hedgehog 4, but that movie is not coming out until 2027. Usually we've gotten about 2-year gaps between each installment, but this the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 movie is coming out within about 3 years. That's pretty crazy thinking about it. So they might basically need to get a lot of things reset with like the cast and crew, because as you guys know, based off of watching this movie, you know, Jim Carrey is most likely not going to be in Sonic the Hedgehog 4 based off the ending of this movie. And we kind of already knew that going in, because he talked about retirement from acting actually after Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out back in 2022. So
yeah, he said the same thing until Paramount backed up a truck full of money up to his house, and he was like, "Where do I sign on the check?"
It's always, hey, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I'll give you $100 million. You know what? I love this franchise. I love the fans. They're just doing so quick. The switch up is crazy.
I'm sure if they gave him a bunch of money, he'd be back for number 4.
Yeah. So as you guys know, that I've mentioned in the previous 2 Sonic the Hedgehog movie reviews and the Knuckles TV series, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been playing the game since I was a little kid. I watched Sonic X, growing up when it was on 4Kids. The whole theme song, Gotta Go Fast. Yep. Absolutely love Sonic. So you guys know, like, looking back at it now, compared to when that first trailer dropped, Ugly Sonic, Gangster's Paradise.
It feels like it was eons ago, man. I want you to think about that for a second. Imagine what imagine what Shadow, Knuckles, and Tails would all have looked like if we had stuck with Ugly Sonic. That's horrifying.
The fans basically went, no, fix my shit. And they went, okay, we'll do it. Yeah, because that's what you do. You should do as a fan. The reason why, as I mentioned in the other movie reviews, the reason why the Sonic the Hedgehog film series gets to be where it's at right now is because the fans said, we are not just going to accept slop bullshit, because they legitimately thought they could just throw Sonic out there looking like some piece of garbage and you would just eat it up because you just like Sonic that much. No, fuck them. It's my shit.
People are going, well, this proves that if we bully the studios, we can get them to change things. Nah, I think Chris Chan just walked into Paramount and scared the fuck out of everybody, and that's why they changed it back.
I think they saw the dislikes on the trailer and went, you know what? if we actually want to make only $5 at the box office, we probably should change this. You know? So let's get into it because I know a lot of you guys love Shadow the Hedgehog. So if you don't know this, his actual first appearance is in Sonic Adventure Battle 2. That's actually his very first appearance. It's not in Sonic X, or it's not in some of his own personal game
It wasn't Shadow the Hedgehog. It wasn't Sonic 06, the game.
Yeah.
It was Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, great game. Honestly, it has an amazing soundtrack. It personally, for me, is one of my favorite soundtracks for a video game ever released. So, as you guys knew, because I said this in my trailer reactions, this movie is going to be primarily based off that video game, and for the most part, it kind of was, right? So I'll just say it right now, because by the time you guys even watch this, you guys have probably already seen Sonic the Hedgehog on either like digitally, or you probably saw it on like a $5 Tuesday at your movie theaters. They don't do the whole bio lizard thing. And people are going to ask, do you think that was a good thing? So for me, the movie already has an hour and 49-minute runtime. If you include the bio lizard being like the final boss for them to fight, it would kind of drag the movie on to be almost in about that hour 55, almost 2-hour mark. So I think it was cut for time. Now, would I have liked it there? I mean, it wouldn't have really changed anything. The ending is still kind of played out mostly how you think. They took out the bio lizard and chaos control, because Shadow didn't do chaos control in the movie, but you could tell he could do it based off of, his movements and how he ran, actually.
Well, they probably took out the bio lizard just because, I mean, you already got Shadow the Hedgehog in the movie, and the driving force behind the movie is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
so you didn't need that added element, because it just would have taken away from him and the story they were telling with him.
Yeah, and so as you guys know, you guys at this point have already watched my full day of going to the movie theater episode on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So I'll start with here. I'll start critiques first, because there's not a lot of them. But
no,
I think, unpopular opinion, I think Jim Carrey potentially stretched himself a little bit too thin doing both characters, because I felt like in the first two movies, he really just was the live of the party. He gave his all. I'm not saying he's not entertaining here or he's still not doing it, but I feel like him playing both the great grandpa he had and the character he plays, I feel like that stretched him too thin, to the point where I feel like the grandpa got more of the acting prowess that we got from him in the other two movies. Because I was feeling that when I was watching. I was like, he's just stretching himself too thin here. He's really, really just going all out. The acting and his charisma, it's all still there. I just feel like they should have casted another older guy to do that. Or you do it like they do in the game, because in the game, people don't notice the grandpa character is alive in the movie. In the game, he's dead. He leaves a message behind to have the space colony Ark go into orbit and hit Earth, actually. So in the movie, he's alive, which has a different dynamic to it. So
you gotta love the joke where they both kind of look at the camera and wink and go, it's almost like we're played by the same actor. You're like me. Well, you're just like me. Well, it's almost like we're played by the same exact actor.
So would you have preferred they leave the grandpa character dead like they did in the game and have him just send a message, or do you feel like they needed him alive for the movie?
Well, here's the thing. I've only played Sonic Adventure 2 probably like maybe twice in my entire life. I was very young when I picked it up for the very first time. So
now you did a third one on it.
Well, here's the thing. I thought what they were doing with his character in the movie worked. I think it kind of like what you're saying. I think he did get stretched a little thin. It still didn't take away from the fact that, he was still enjoyable to watch. And, I kind of think in every single one of these movies as they go on, he gets more and more infinitely cartoonish. So when Jim Carrey is just acting like a living cartoon in front of me, I'm going to laugh at it. I'm going to enjoy it. And I thought he did a really good job. And even, is it Gerald Robotnik? Is that his name?
You're right.
Yeah, even Gerald Robotnik, I thought he was great too. Now there were, I think where it kind of turns for me a little bit is, I think there were moments where they should have been a little more serious, but just because it's Jim Carrey, they let Jim Carrey do whatever the fuck he wanted to, and I think some of the more comedic stuff kind of overshadowed any overshadowed. Just kind of it just kind of overshadowed any like serious moments they probably could have done with those characters, but I still enjoyed them.
The other thing I'll bring up, because I know a lot of people played that game because it's arguably one of the best games ever made for a lot of people. I think it's a good idea that he was alive in the movie. And the reason why I say that is because you know, because you played it in a game, it's easier to have the narrative flow easier because there's levels already pre-built and the main hero kind of drives it anyway. And it's already set up to be that this is the narrative we're going into. For a movie like this one, it's better if he's alive because he can be, well, you saw in the movie he was the main villain of it and he drove the plot completely in his favor. Where if he was dead and you kind of did it in the way the game did, I just don't think that translates very well because then who's that main villain driving for? Because they didn't want to have Eggman be the main villain again, right?
Yeah. And when I say like, and when I say living cartoons, I literally mean living cartoons. The gay homoerotic dance number in the hallway.
That was pretty gay. That was gay.
It's somehow my favorite part in the movie. I was sitting there and I'm laughing my ass off, and everybody else in the theater is cringing, and I just don't care. I'm like, this is amazing. When am I ever going to watch Jim Carrey have a dance number with himself in the most homoerotic way possible?
Man's just literally envisioning another person there, like some fucking multiple personality disorder dude, just dancing off to himself.
I was low-key waiting for them to start playing Katy Perry's Firework. That would have made it a lot better.
No, what they should have played is Hot and Cold when they were in the fucking building with the lasers. Oh, no. The funniest part in the movie, I swear, was when they put the MetaQuest goggles on and then he was envisioning his grandpa being there for him growing up in life, riding a bike, being at the carnival, and then the goat milker guy is sitting there holding the... I try too hard to laugh. Everyone knows me. I try to keep a calm, composure about me. Almost just died. Almost died on the floor. I was like,
this movie is really funny. But back to negatives for a moment. Maybe you can agree with me on this. What do you think about the story? I'm very much of the opinion that I think the overall plot of this, it's not bad, but we've seen plenty of plots like this before. It's very run of the middle. You know what I'm saying?
It was always going to go like this since they're basing it off the game. The game leads to this anyway. Because people factor in the game, it's not that the game's overall story is the best thing ever made. It's the gameplay, it's the levels, it's the soundtrack, it's the dialogue, it's the characters that get the voiceovers. So you knew, because you played it, you knew they were leading to that. They were going to do some space colony arc plot device that was going to blow up the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basic, but it's not, I won't say bad. I think people understand basic plots aren't bad. It's just that when you've seen one, you kind of seen them all. Yeah. And it just depends on, did you like the ride getting to that end goal? That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Now, what do you think about the... Okay, so you could probably also agree with me on this. There are some certain characters in this movie that were put in this movie just because they probably had a contract that said they needed to be in this movie.
Oh,
and they just showed up for like 5 minutes and peaced out.
I forgot her name. The white lady who was running gun when the main guy was killed. That was my other critique. I don't know why she's here. The only way you utilize that character, I generally thought they would have. This is what I thought. I swear to you, I thought this when I was watching the movie. I thought it was going to be revealed that she was working for Eggman's grandpa and that she was maybe like the younger daughter that got a chance to live.
Isn't it the Jessica Jones actress? She looked really familiar.
What
it looks like her. Yeah. It looks like her.
I don't know why she was really in there though. Like, unless you're going to make her an integral piece, like I said earlier, with like making her potentially like another kid he had that wanted to help him get revenge because the older younger sister died. I really don't get why she was there, honestly.
Well, I'm talking about the because James Marsden's wife, her sister-in-law makes a cameo in the movie because they change appearances and it's the two people from the last movie. I'm like, why are you here? That felt like a contractual obligation for them to be there, and this was just them shoehorning them in somehow just so they could get just so they could finish up their contracts. I'm like, why are you guys here?
Like, literally outside of her, I really can't think of any other of the human main characters that did anything that bad. That's what I like about the movies, these ones, is that the human characters are utilized so effectively
Mhm.
Maybe not. People kind of rag on the second one for having that angry black woman wedding scene. Literally outside of that,
I thought it was funny.
yeah, just literally outside of that, the human characters are used effectively. Because keep in mind this: in the first one, Maddie and Tom are used as like kind of like Thor in the first one. He's like a fish out of water. They're kind of like the people that introduce him to Earth, kind of thing. They're like in like the first one, he's kind of like his adopted dad. He kind of takes him in and kind of shows him the ropes. Second movie, he takes a step back. Sonic gets to do his own thing, but has to realize what Tom told him earlier in the movie about getting his moment. Same thing in this one. Tom told him about something about pain, but your pain, you didn't let that reflect on you to make you who you are. They're utilized so effectively. I remember just like, man, watching like other monster movies and shit like that, human characters are always just not like just bad. They don't add anything to the plot. If you can make them add to the plot and make them useful, people wouldn't hate them. But I feel like they've utilized Maddie and Tom in the best human character possible way you could do for these movies.
Yeah, they don't overstay their welcome. And when they're there for a scene to do their thing, they do their thing and they get out, and they don't overshadow the characters that we're there to see, which is Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow.
Yeah. And even so, if you guys realize from the last movie, they had like less screen time. I think they had even less screen time in this one.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, their whole story arc is mostly needed to have the most screen time in the first one. The second one, they were needed as anchor and emotional support. And in this one, they were also emotional support. And having that moment later on, we're going to talk about, that's what they're utilized for, to push the character forward. And, Sonic realizes he didn't need revenge to take out Shadow. No. So let's go over. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of Shadow the Hedgehog, let's talk about that man for a second, bro.
I will say this: Keanu Reeves knocked out of the park.
Well, yes, man, absolutely.
Straight up. I don't know if I like his voice more or the original guy that did it.
There are moments in this movie where I almost heard the original guy's voice through Keanu Reeves. Like Keanu Reeves did a really good job. Keanu Reeves did a really good job of emanating just the serious, stoic tone that Shadow has in the video games. I mean, he did a really good job. Now, it's funny. Jeremy Johns, when he did his review, he was talking about how, so when we try to put Sonic in the real world, he looks like this. And he brought up Ugly Sonic. He's like, now we try to put Shadow the Hedgehog in the real world, and he looks like this. And he just brought up Keanu Reeves.
I will say, initially, people don't remember, there was a lot of people rumored to do it, and they kept the voice actor under wraps. God, now,
you remember that?
If Hayden Christensen got the part, I would have hung myself. I'm not kidding. I would have got a rope and ended that shit. I am not trying to hear about the high ground in the fucking Sonic movie. Good Lord. But as I said earlier, there was a lot of people rumored to get the voice acting part for Shadow the Hedgehog. They knew it was a high profile part and actor. They needed to do it. And Keanu Reeves, I was initially like, I don't know. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, his voice kind of does fit Shadow. And the movie, it fit very well. If people saw the behind the scenes where they have the ads on YouTube now, he's acting as Shadow. He does a great job. He actually did a fantastic job. He actually knocked it out of the park. I actually have no real issues with how he voiced Shadow at all. He perfectly portrayed what the character was with his voice, the way you envision.
He's also very much the heart and soul of the film. He's very tragic character, dude. And that was one of my biggest fears going into this movie, is because we all know Shadow's origin from Sonic Adventure 2. It's pretty dark. Yeah. And these movies are known for being very lighthearted in a way. So I guess one of my worries going into this was, were they going to dumb down his origin and not take it to the extent that they took it in the games? And no, they pretty much knocked his origin out of the fucking park.
I remember I read a lot of the interviews that the guy that directed the movie, I'm pretty sure his name is, good Lord, I think it's Jeff Fowler that directs them. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
He was talking about how much care and love it took. He talked about how much care and love they put into the Shadow Maria story. And you understand, that's the reason why these movies work. That's why they're so enjoyable and fun. The people behind them want to give you that.
They have heart.
They want to give you a fun, enjoyable product. That's why they're successful.
And they have a lot of heart behind it, dude. There was a moment in this movie where I almost shed a tear. And it's the moment when him and Sonic are on the moon and they're just talking right after their big fight. And, he's giving him the whole spiel about how, you can't let your past and your trauma define who you are going forward. As someone who's been through a lot in 2024, and there's been moments where I've been angry and I've been resentful because of things that have happened to me. I've had people say that exact same thing to me. And hearing him talk about, the concept of stars and, how when they die, even though they're gone, their light still travels through space and it takes millions and millions of years before it finally hits us. And I like the bit of dialogue where he goes, a star shines even though it's already gone, you know,
And
even though it's
Mhm.
gone, its light still lives on. It just hit me on a very emotional level.
Do you know
It was
why
very
the scene
intense.
hits even better? Because the first part of the
Mhm.
movie, Tom and Sonic are at the cave where Sonic used
Yep.
to be at before he got discovered, and he was talking about pain. You didn't let this pain
Mhm.
determine who you are. Tied into that scene, you're like,
Yep.
that's how you make the human characters
Yeah.
work. Human character gave him a
And
motivational speech, and something happened in the movie to challenge that, and he didn't let it overtake him because you remembered what was said at the
yep.
beginning part of the movie. That's how you do damn
And,
character development.
yeah. And
Holy
it's
shit!
and it's very much the overall theme of the movie is you can't let your trauma and past define who you are going forward. Because in the movie, Shadow is a dark mirror of Sonic.
Yeah,
He's a Sonic because kind of like Sonic, he suffered a lot, he lost a lot, but unlike Sonic, who had people there to kind of comfort him and bring him back up, Shadow didn't have any of that. So he regressed into, this darker attitude where he was just out for blood and wanted the world to be in ruins because he felt like he lost everything.
we'll talk about the Shadow Maria story. It's pretty much very similar to the game, obviously,
Hmm.
outside of the grandpa being alive because he's dead in the game. The actress they chose for Maria did a great job.
Yeah.
Man, just the scenes of them together, and you're like, oh shit,
It's
they're
like a
tugging at my emotional
it's
toll. You know
it,
you knew it was gonna go bad.
It's
You
like a
know.
dude, it is like a car wreck in slow motion. It's like the sword of Damocles. You're just waiting for it to fucking fall because you know that moment of happiness is just not gonna last.
I know there's some parents out there that ask like, hey, is this good for kids? So what's really awesome about the Maria and Shadow stuff, since it got really dark, you actually don't even really see her body dead. They
No.
take these wipes, so there's a shot and it just zooms out of it as you see her body there, but it's not gory, it's not like super graphic. They zoom out of it, so you just see the grandpa comforting her and Shadow
Mhm.
there. So if people are like, oh, I don't know about the Maria story, you're gonna see her kill. You actually don't see her get shot at all. They actually cut from that scene and they show you the impact of it, but you don't. It's not nothing graphic, so your kids will be fine. I think, man, that was God fucking hell. They did the Marine story just God.
Yeah.
That's how you do a story right there. And then you felt his pain so hard is that he saw that movie. It was a monster. He's a
Yeah.
monster. He remembered that in real life, and he got so angry. Just I felt that so hard because there have been moments in my life where I got so mad at something, I just started doing something really just angrily. And you saw that
Y
pain, and like what's
yeah.
really awesome with the CGI and Sonic is you saw the pain in the character throughout the
Mhm.
entire movie. He had some funny moments there. So, oh my god, the part where he called that fucking girl in the soap opera a bitch should die. What a
Y
piece of shit.
you know what's funny? As much as you sympathize with Shadow in this movie, there does come a point in this movie where you really want Sonic to just whoop his fucking ass. And it's right
Yeah.
after Shadow just decks James Marsden and about kills him, and Sonic is out for blood. Like when he's getting ready to throw hands with
Dude,
Knuckles over the Master Emerald, I'm like, oh man, guys,
I'm
don't
not
do
gonna
this.
lie, man.
Like,
Like
holy
in
shit.
the first part of the movie, because the movie's pacing is really good. And
It
what I
is.
mean by that is, movies that have like long run times, like in like 2 hours, hour 40 minutes. When you're watching it, even though you might be in a good mood or a bad mood, it just feels like a slog, even though it's
Mhm.
not that long. The movie does not feel like a slog. The pacing is great. Things are getting to the point. You're getting to the next point. One part's making sense with the other. It's threaded very well. It's not like it's dragging at any point. It's just
No.
getting to where you need
Right,
to go.
right from the jump, they're like, Shadow the Hedgehog, here he is. He's doing cool shit. Oh, and now Sonic and the team are going after him. Oh, dude, you know what was funny? When Shadow initially fights them in Tokyo, do you know what scene from Power Rangers came to mind? It was the scene where the Dino Thunder Rangers fight the White Ranger for the first
Oh yeah,
time,
yeah, I
and
remember that.
he's just mopping the floor with all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. Oh my god, the funny part when they're all fighting him, he's like, I think a part of the movie, maybe you remember more than me. The first part where they're fighting him in Tokyo. Hey, I don't think this guy can beat us all. Yeah, he can beat us all.
Shadow's like, you jumped out of a gun helicopter. This talk is over. And Knuckles looks at Sonic. He's like, Sonic, I would really like to fight him now.
Like chasing him, where Sonic was chasing him, he was like, I really just want to punch you.
Dude,
in the face.
He did the Akira slide on the fucking tower.
I will say, I've seen some people criticize this. They're like, why does he need a motorcycle if he can run fast? Guys,
people who are saying that
hedgehogs.
People who
we already lost sense of belief already. We're at there's a talking echidna, a talking fox, and a talking hedgehog. We're already like out of the real world. Okay,
it's not even that for me. People bitching about that are probably people who have not played the games.
I love how people go, man, why is this character that can run really fast use a motorcycle? There's a talking blue hedgehog. I'm so glad your suspension of disbelief has rules to it.
Did you catch the Akira slide on the tower?
I did, yeah.
I actually like screamed when he fucking did that. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
I was like, he did the thing.
The other thing I'll bring up here. So Robotnik essentially, I won't say took a back seat. He took a backseat as the main villain of the movie because he was the main villain of the last two. So I'd imagine it just makes story sense he not be the main villain of the third one. Plus, if you're doing the Shadow story, the grandpa is the main villain.
Are him and Gerald fucking drug heads because of the quills?
It might have been meth addicts. Saying that grandpa looked like he did some hard crack in his day. So it's basically revealed that even at the beginning part of the movie, the evil grandpa set up Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. He killed the leader of Gun, which we'll get into later, and then he wants to get these two key cards. The two key cards access what I just call the Space Colony arc they did in the movie. So you get the Space Colony arc, and then the cannon shoots a beam to Earth, and essentially, you guys know what that means. It would blow up. Same thing.
Do you know how many video games where Eggman is trying to fire a beam at the Earth? Way too many. Why is that? What is with that man?
If you failed that many times, you'd give up. But
what is with that man in Skybeam? It's like, what is this fucking problem?
So essentially, like I mentioned earlier in the review, outside of the Bio Lizard and the grandpa being dead, that's the inherent villain plan of the movie because he wants to get revenge because they killed his daughter Maria. That's the reason why. So in Shadow, who was the friend of Maria, and she befriended him and gave him that human love that he needed, lost her too. So he doesn't care if he kills people. So later on in the, what?
I was gonna say, because it looks like they kill him off at the end of the movie. Do you think Shadow's gonna be back?
I mean, we could spoil the movie. They're gonna hear this later on.
Well, I mean, I thought this was an open spoiler discussion.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if you're watching this review pre-recorded and watching it later on, this was open spoilers. So yes, if you're watching this currently when we're doing this, it's live. Stay for the post-credit scenes. Like if you see this in a fucking movie theater on like a $5 Tuesday, stay for the post-credit scenes. Obviously, they're really good. But Shadow does end up living in the movie after he stops the plasma cannon for destroying the Earth. Which I didn't think he would die though. He didn't. He's died in no iteration doing it. That's my thing.
You're right.
Is like I would have liked if he did the whole chaos control thing because it would make more sense to just teleport it away and then put it back. But that's just me being too invested in games. So throughout the movie, at one point, when they're getting one of these key cards that I mentioned earlier, Sonic and the team obviously go after the same thing, and then Tom impersonated the general that was killed earlier in the movie to get the card. He ends up getting it. Shadow sees the general that basically caused Maria to die, and he hits Tom to the point where it almost just kills him. Sonic gets very angry, and he's like, "I want to go fight this guy." I'm trying
to throw hands.
That's what Sonic was black in that moment, like Shadow. I want to throw some hands,
dude. You cannot tell me the fight between them was not just one big Dragon Ball Z reference.
That fight did it better. That fight attempted to do what Man of Steel did, except longer and better. Which I have sex with my wife like that all the time. But Sonic at that point is very angry because his best friend and dad essentially just almost literally might die. And him and Knuckles get into a very tense situation because Knuckles has the Master Emerald tucked away somewhere with a white guy who's playing hockey with it. I'd imagine it was in the Knuckles TV series, which I didn't watch. Well, sorry, I watched it before this review, but at the time when we're doing this, I didn't. Right, so
I think his
Sonic
exact words were, "I left it with a very fierce and noble warrior," and it just cuts to a guy playing hockey with it on a fucking rooftop.
So Sonic knows the only way to access Super Sonic is to get the Master Emerald, which obviously has these 7 Chaos Emeralds in it. So he gets the Master Emerald, turns Super Sonic, and literally flies like Goku into the sky to go beat up Shadow. Not gonna lie, oh my goodness, their fight was so fucking good. I don't know how they did that in the movie, the choreography, the special effects. Oh my god, it was amazing. You saw them actually fight each other, no shaky cam, nothing. Oh my god, it was great. Loved it.
How is it we're getting better fight scenes between 2 animated hedgehogs and not all these fucking superheroes in these Marvel movies? Let that sink in.
Then when they're fighting, because what's crazy is you can still tell Shadow was stronger just off base straight alone, because when they're fighting, even before he went Super Shadow, you knew he goes Super Shadow if you played the game anyway.
Oh, come on, man.
He literally was able to hold him on just for a little bit. Then later on, when their fight goes on at the early part of it, Shadow becomes Super Shadow. Then that would give even more of a bigger fight. They're just bouncing all over the fucking earth, is going at it as hard as they can. Actually, such a beautiful, beautiful fight. Literally, if you envision Dragon Ball Z like that on the big screen, that's how it would go.
Hey, Hollywood, if you want to make a live action Dragon Ball Z movie, that's how you do it.
Yeah, just saying. It took Super Sonic and Super Shadow, the Super Saiyans, I guess.
Unfortunately for you Dragon Ball Z fans, that's the closest you're going to get to live action Dragon Ball Z.
I call them Super Hogs.
You know what's funny? Did you notice they struck the classic like pose when they're flying through the air? Like after they become friends and shit. I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
And Shadow, he's overpowered because Sonic, he's plot armor. Even though he's weaker than Shadow in the entire movie, he has to beat him until the very end, because that's what these movies do. He's like, Shadow just tells him, hey, kill me, go do it. He doesn't do it because he realizes what Tom told him at the beginning part of the movie: do not give in to pain. Don't do it. He doesn't do it. Shadow has a revelation. He doesn't want to blow up the earth because Maria wouldn't want that. And then they go back and they obviously try to stop the plasma cannon from destroying the earth and completely obliterating it.
You would think he would already know that, though.
Yeah, but to be fair, essentially, blinded in rage. A lot of people do that, though. They are not thinking. He was literally not thinking clearly, because he had been asleep for like 50 years at that point.
No, you're right. I mean, people often do crazy, absurd shit when they're pissed off and angry, and all they're seeing is red.
Fun fact, he really only saw red, so he only sees red. I don't think he can see color at all.
Can we talk about the after credit scenes? I like the after credit scene.
Sure. Yeah. As the movie finishes, essentially, Shadow stops the cannon. Obviously, they effectively kill off the grandpa. Gets killed off by having a quill put up his ass, and he flies into the chaos energy.
I remember that. He just he's holding on to his ass, and he just kind of flies into oblivion. I'm like, what? Is that the end of it?
Okay. And then they essentially kill off Eggman because Jim Carrey's probably not going to want to do these anymore
until they give him $10 million
paycheck. And then the movie ends, and Sonic and Knuckles do the fist bro thing to get those family hugs. He's like, Team Sonic. Because, earlier Knuckles didn't know how to say Team Sonic for some reason because he's retarded, essentially. Yeah. Oh my God. Remember when they were at the skyscrapers and they said, only do this in an emergency. So only do this now. No! What's wrong with this guy?
Can I break the thing now? No! Knuckles is fucking hilarious, man. Once again, Idris Elba kills it, man. Perfect casting right there.
Yes, and so the post-credit scene. So obviously, as you guys know, before this, we knew they would do a Sonic 4 because we knew this movie would actually just dominate the box office anyway. So it's Sonic.
It's molly-whopping Mufasa right now.
At the end of the movie, because this was the theme of the first part of the movie, they have a race, and Sonic and Knuckles and Tails race again. Sonic ends up in New York. Don't know if he wants to be in New York given all the crime there recently, but good job, Sonic. He's gonna go solve the crime there. Don't he? You're talking about a man in blue. That's the man in blue. I'm kidding, guys. So Metal Sonic appears because I've kind of predicted all the things that would happen at this point. I predicted, hey, first movie just Sonic, Eggman. Second movie Knuckles, Tails, Chaos Emerald, Super Sonic. Third movie Shadow. I even said fourth movie Amy, Metal Sonic. Call me a prediction god,
I
guys.
was, it was cool seeing Metal Sonic. I did not expect Amy. I was like, oh, cool. Metal Sonic's going to be the bad guy of
I knew
Sonic 4.
once it didn't
That's cool.
end. I thought the post credit scene was gonna end when he locked on and he shot him and it blew up. I thought it was gonna end like that. But
Dude,
then
when
when it went on, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna bring out Amy because
dude,
Amy ends up saving Sonic from the Metal Sonics that are there.
I had basically the exact same reaction I had at the end of Sonic 2 when they teased Shadow. I was like, holy shit. Like, I didn't even need to see her face. All I saw was the brown cloak in the hammer, and I was like, oh fuck. Like, I was like,
God.
oh shit, it's fucking Amy, son. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, Amy's finally here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they left us off that for the next 25, 26, bro, it's been 2.5 years. Almost 3 years. We'll have to wait to see the next one.
I'm gonna be 28 going on 29 when that movie comes out.
I'll be a 33-year-old DILF.
A deal.
Oh shit.
You dumbass.
Yeah,
no.
I noticed that too. In the CD storyline that we bring up, he saves her from Metal Sonic. So I guess in the movie, she saves him, and you guys can have the point. The girl saved him. Okay, it's fine.
Dude, it's Amy. Come on. I mean, come on.
So in the next movie, since they introduced the Chows in the Chow bar, Cream and Big Hat will be in the fourth movie. They most likely will be in it.
Let's not get too crazy.
Is Shadow gonna make a re-return in the fourth one? I hope he would.
He's got to, man. Like, you don't
Mhm.
pay someone like Keanu Reeves and not have that motherfucker come back for a sequel. If they brought Knuckles and Tails back, they're gonna bring Shadow back. Come on.
Yeah. Like, hopefully they bring back Shadow, because that would be awesome to see them basically. Okay, I'll shoot this. Do you want him to go like the video game route of just kind of be a situational hero that'll maybe team up when the situation calls for it, or would you like him kind of just be on their side?
I like I like the version of Shadow that's kind of a lone wolf until
Yeah, I like
he
that
has
version
to,
too. Yeah.
until he has to step up to the plate and actually team up with Sonic Team and kick some ass.
I like that better because it keeps the aloofness there. It keeps them kind of like in their own kind of storyline. It keeps that consistency flowing. I like the part when they were fighting the robots in the sky. He was like trying to keep up. Oh, I love those moments, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, Walter pointed out it would be perfect for them to introduce like someone like Omega and Rouge and have Shadow team up with them.
Do you think in Sonic 4 they introduce Rouge?
Well, here's the thing. What they're really doing a good job at is not introducing too many characters right off the bat.
Yeah,
like
one at a time, building it up. Yeah.
The first movie was all about Sonic. They teased Tails at the end of that one. And Knuckles came into it as well. And then at the end of that one, they teased Shadow, and now we got Shadow. So I think as these movies go on, and once again, I mean, we're 3 for 3 now. Could it dip with Sonic 4? Possibly, but if they keep making good movies, they're just going to keep introducing new characters in every single movie they do.
Yeah, like that's the thing that I told people is if you don't like the movies or if they're not up, if you just aren't feeling them based off like some of your other Sonic video game kind of prior experiences, that's fine. Like, you're allowed to not like something, but if you're asking me personally, all 3 movies have been absolute bangers. This to me is the best one by far. It's not even close.
I still like Sonic 2 a little more.
It's close too. Yeah, Sonic 2.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good moments in that one too. I think
there is.
If I rank them, it would be Sonic 3, 2, 1. But I don't mean that 1 is the worst one. I think they're all very good.
They're all good. I mean, Sonic 3 has got my favorite guest character in Shadow. I mean, I fucking love Shadow.
I'm not gonna lie. In part 2, when the robot stomped them before he turned Supersonic, he was like, I finally got him. Sound like some crazy 80s villain.
How do you think they would handle a character like Rouge? Because, I mean, she is the...
Would they...
I mean...
boobs? That's all I care about.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. You don't think the internet would like wreak fucking havoc if they censored her?
I think I'll be honest here, man. I think the next, oh fuck, Sonic lore is so big. Sometimes I forget. Are they gonna do Silver Sonic as the main? He's a hero. He's not a villain.
Are you talking about Silver the Hedgehog?
Yeah,
I like Silver.
He's a hero for 4. They might have him for 4. I don't know.
Didn't he make his first debut in the Sonic 06 video game from 2006?
I'm pretty sure you're right about that.
Yeah, because he started in that game, if I remember, which I don't know if I could call that a game. That game is terrible. But
I can't believe the internet tricked people to think that was a good game. That game is ass.
Well, here's the thing. He was one of the cooler things to come out of that game.
Yeah.
I like Silver, but in that game, he does kind of start off as a villain. He's a time traveler from the future who comes back in time to take out Sonic because he thinks Sonic is responsible for destroying, his timeline. So, but he kind of turns away from that and kind of becomes a good guy. I mean, I'd like to see Silver at some point. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed these movies, and I've just let people know, even everyone who watches these, this is what I would think of as ideal entertainment, where you go to these movies, you have a good time, they're
Yep.
entertaining, you have fun, you laugh, you smile, you walk away from these movies feeling good, and that's in that essence they have with these movies, and everyone that's involved with it. And I give a huge shout out to Jeff Fowler, director of the movies, Tika Sumpter, who's fucking Maddie, James Marsden. All of you guys have done such a great job. Literally, this is what Spider-Man 3 did when after Spider-Man 2. We gotta just go bigger and better. No. Just do what you're doing right now. I'm cool with it. You don't gotta break anything. Just consistency is fine.
we need more movies like this. What these movies are at the end of the day is simple, fun, popcorn entertainment that you can go see by yourself and enjoy by yourself, or you can take your whole family and enjoy it together. We need more movies like this that are meant to entertain. They don't shove a crazy political message down your throat. Movies like this are what movies are supposed to be. And if we can keep making movies like this, dude, I think there's hope for Hollywood.
People wonder why the audience is there for these. Because first, not getting lectured, propaganda, however you feel about that, is very much non-existent in these movies or at all.
They're just fun, entertaining movies, and that's all they need to be.
That's all you want out of your movies. And if people want to keep making their movies to be some fucking political lecture, cool. Keep losing money at the box office while these movies keep winning. I'm cool with it. Keep doing it then.
Once again, we live in an era where we have a Venom trilogy and a Sonic trilogy, and the Sonic trilogy is better than the Venom trilogy.
What breaks I don't know how, to be fair, when we're doing this movie review for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I don't know how the box office played out, but the fact that first Venom movie and the second one made more money than both this franchise, that's sad.
I haven't looked at the box office, but from what people are telling me, it's dusting Mufasa at the box office right now.
Maybe that's good enough for me right there. Oh, well, to be fair, everyone predicted for that. Everyone knew it'd crush Mufasa. There's no way it wouldn't have. Who wants a Lion King prequel movie?
No, I can't name a single person that wanted that fucking movie. Are you kidding me?
Who wanted the live action first one? But nevertheless, all of your closing thoughts before we end this review off.
Once again,
you like black women
when they're attractive and they're not trying to stab you with scissors in a parking lot.
And not being Shaniqua's. Woo!
Anyway, closing thoughts. Like I said, we need more movies like this. These movies are the epitome of pure popcorn entertainment. And Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is very much up there. If you're looking for a good movie to take your kids to, or you're just looking to get out of the house one weekend, I highly check it out. I would definitely check it out because, good acting performances from all the voice actors. Keanu Reeves kills it as Shadow the Hedgehog. And even James Marsden and everybody else, Jim Carrey, they do a really good job too. So go check out Sonic 3. It's a fun time at the theater. No alcohol required. Trust me.
Yes. And as you guys know, for me, we've basically just got to the tail end of this Sonic the Hedgehog movie/TV show project that we've been doing. And I would always say this. I love these movies. I think they're great. I think they're fun. There's little critiques I have here and there. Even for this one, they still really couldn't use the classic video game music. And I guess at this point, they just don't want to spend the money on.
Dude, do you know how hard? You know how hard I would nut if I heard All Hail Shadow playing at the end of this fucking movie?
In the credits, they said they played Escape from the City. I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either.
Yeah.
You got the license to the Sonic character, but not the music. You guys need to get on that. Come on.
Yeah. So at this point, I can't wait to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 4 when it drops in 2027. This was personally my favorite movie of 2024, my most anticipated one. Glad it paid out to be a absolute giga banger right there. So you guys want to go subscribe to Nate's YouTube channels that he'll be putting out movie reviews on, and the D&D content will always be there. Pretty much just
That is Full Metal Nate and Full Metal Critic. Go check me out.
Yes. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and I'm going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace. Wow. Epic.
That was good. That was good.
Wow. Yeah, so I can just clip that out, watch and review the other stuff prior, have it in order, and just knock it out there. So on the third one, I could just sit back and relax and go, good. Future.
If you could rank them right now, how would you rank them?
Sonic movies?
Yeah, all three of them.
3, 2, 1, probably.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Knuckles show yet, so I don't know how to rank that anywhere in between it. So, but that doesn't count if they're talking to straight movies. They said, Idris Elba wants to do a Knuckles and Shadow spinoff, which you could definitely do.
You could. I wouldn't mind seeing Knuckles and Shadow just kind of duke it out for an hour and 20 minutes.
They said he was scared of ghosts. I'm not scared of ghosts at all.
I'm not scared of ghosts at all. And Shadow just shows up. Boo.
And when like fucking Eggman betrays him, he's like, now you know why I have trust issues. It's like almost as if like the guy wasn't gonna do it again. It's like, well, we know he was. You knew he was. Sonic, why'd you delude yourself to think he was good? They knew it wasn't good. He's just kind of a situational partner at that moment.
Right.
Yeah. If you check the music credits, because I made sure to look at them, they said they played Escape from the City. I didn't hear it.
Go back up to WZ's comment where he says this motherfucker been spoiling the whole movie, and now he's saying be careful.
I think I just misspoke then, but I'll just leave it in. I just didn't care.
I was like, really? This is the one thing you tell me to shut the fuck up over?
That girl got some fat ass titties.
Yeah, we were going full sail in on that movie, dude.
Oh,
I'll say,
funny. Oh my god, the movie. Oh my, I almost died of laughter when he needed that approval for his.
Wait, what?
Oh god, in that simulator when he was holding the drinks.
Oh, and is it when he's changing his face?
Oh no, it's the part where Eggman's assistant dude, the Indian 7-Eleven fucker, was waiting there. Was waiting there with the drinks while him and his grandpa were just having the father-son time.
Yeah.
So,
does he like knock him out of his hands or something like that?
Oh god,
he treats that poor man like he's such a piece of shit.
Oh my god, this girl's titties. No, stop thirst trapping me.
You know, there's a way to stop content like that from coming over your Twitter, right?
No, I need more of it, honestly.
You just need to fuck a woman.
Going into 2025, we are trying to we are trying to basically, but fuck you guys. Just kidding.
I'm not participating in that.
Me and Nate are going to be doing Diddy freak offs at Iron's house.
No, we're not. No, we're not
invited. Throw the white woman out.
Selena would kill us. What are you talking about? Man.
She has small hands. She couldn't hurt a fly. Have you seen her in real life? She doesn't
need to use her hands. She just needs a Glock.
What are you, black? What the heck? Oh shit! Oh,
I'm actually getting ready to look up what's coming out in January. So
all I saw was just Den of Thieves. That's it. Movies.
There's more.
Maybe 2025 January. Oh, you want the whole year? Oh, there's a lot in the whole year.
Dude,
January.
Do you remember how many movies I saw in 2022? I saw like 70 movies in 2022. It was fucking crazy.
You're talking. Oh, there's Wolfman.
I actually want to check that out.
The trailers actually look not that bad. They look pretty solid.
It doesn't. But once again, January is notoriously known for being the dumping month of movies that they just want to shit out.
Okay. I think I have January here. Okay, February is purple.
So
Lord, let me come on the screen.
It looks like the only ones that are really of worth to me anyway are Wolfman, Better Men, which that fucking movie looks weird. Den of Thieves 2. There's a couple more. There's a lot coming out in January, but
okay, so we have Den of Thieves, Hazard. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Wolfman. One of Them Days. That's black people? Nah. Back in action.
That looks awful. Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. The fuck
Oh,
is Cameron?
yeah, Cameron Diaz's movie debut, movie read appearance. She's been out of movies ever since that Justin Timberlake movie from like 2014, I think.
Is that that's a Netflix movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if you want to do a Netflix movie, we can do that too. If people have Netflix, I told Darnell we have to do The Union. Oh,
fuck. I've got Netflix. Both.
We are gonna do The Union. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. We'll be on there.
You guys ready?
Fuck is that? This is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got a.
This reminds me of fucking that movie with Milo Ventimiglia. You know that one where he was shot as a cop and they. Oh, this reminds me of that.
It's got Sylvester Stallone. WZ says, "You guys ready for Cap America?"
America.
I mean, I'm gonna see it when it comes out in February, but I'm not like
Light
excited.
Risk.
Oh, that's a new Mark Wahlberg movie. I'll check it out.
This is Star Trek is for losers and nerds.
Honestly, I'll probably just go. Oh, that's the Mickey Mouse movie.
Oh, they're calling this the Pooniverse.
The Pooniverse.
Yeah, they're calling it the Pooniverse with Winnie the Pooh and all the horror Disney characters.
What in the actual living, breathing fuck?
Presents. You're cordially.
Wait a minute. Presence is another one. It's so the whole movie is done in one take. Going through a whole house.
Oh, that sounds gay.
I think it's like I think it's supposed to be a supernatural thriller.
Oh, I hate those.
They released a teaser trailer for it. I don't know. I'll check it out.
I might check out Dogman. I have the books. I have to read it. I have to read a few of them. They're like for kids, honestly.
Well, that's why I
might make so much money. This will probably be the only big winner in January.
But is Dogman really that well known? Honestly, dude, the only reason I know about him is because you've fucking talked about him. Seriously,
the book sales are pretty good.
I know.
Hopefully,
I know absolutely nothing about Dogman at all.
I know. I'll be honest. I do have the books. I just haven't read them yet.
Love
Companion,
Me?
Love Me. Is that my dad?
Your dad is Asian?
Brave the Dark. The fuck are these movies? I know my theater ain't getting most of these, so I'm
Brave the Dark is that's an Angel Studios movie.
So that's in. Oh my god, fucking booty ass monkeys.
Language.
What's the last one? Valiant 1. Okay, so
I'll probably just look at my theater and see.
What's this? Alarum, action crime thriller. This is right up my alley. 2 spies go rogue so that they can get married, but their remote cabin comes under attack from various intelligence agencies, each looking for a stolen hard drive. So that's every people talk about plots being reused.
So I brought up the thing for Presents. Yeah, it sounds like a haunted house movie. The whole thing's just kind of done in one take. They released a teaser trailer for it, and I'm like, But once again, January horror movies are usually not that great. Do you remember?
Dark.
What was the movie that came out last year about the swimming pool? I think I reviewed it.
Oh my goodness.
That came out this year in January.
Oh fuck.
I know. I reviewed that movie. Hold on.
Swimming pool
horror movie. Just type in horror movie next
to horror movie.
Night Swim. There you go.
You watched this? This looked like trash.
I did, and it fucking sucks.
I'd probably read the whole plot here. I'm probably more interesting in
I was bored the whole time. I wanted everybody in that movie to die in the most horrible way possible.
It's lucky it's a horror movie. So this is actually profitable for the studio. It's so lucky. Oh my god.
It was bad. And it stars the guy that plays US agent in Captain America. No, I mean Falcon Winter Soldier. John Walker. Like he's the dad in the movie and he goes fucking crazy and like tries to kill his family and shit. So
let me tell Darnell this really quickly. We'll do the Union reviews. We will do the Union.
Yeah, that movie was not good. It was really bad.
So pretty much after, so I'll get it done at some point very, very soon. So we have Den of Thieves. We're going to review similar like this Saturday, basically after the show. So we'll wrap up the show decently soon. So we won't have to go all night because, I'm good at sex all night with my wife.
Yeah, the last movie I'm seeing this year is Nosferatu. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a banger.
I never watched any of those movies though. That's not a whole franchise, is it? Is it?
No, Nosferatu is a remake. Well, it's yes and no.
It's a remake of the classic. I know there's a classic, so this is a remake of a classic, or is it a legacy sequel?
It's a remake of the night. I guess you could call it a remake of the 1920 silent film from the 20s. The original black and white Nosferatu that you might have seen pictures of in terms of, vampires and Dracula media. I mean, it's basically a remake of that. But it's Robert Eggers just coming in and doing what Robert Eggers does best, and that's just fuck with you the whole time.
He just loves to make. Why is Robert Pattinson sticking his dick in a fucking light socket?
Robert Eggers looks like a Viking. Like, have you seen pictures of that man? He's like bald with like a ponytail and has like a long brown beard. He looks like a fucking Viking, dude.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit, just about another 5 minutes. Just want to let you guys know some plans here. So me and Nate are gonna be doing more movie reviews. I know you guys like them. Just we're like busy. You understand?
Okay,
it's not that we don't want to do them for you. It's more like this man's always working. I'm pretty much always doing something and working. So we're gonna try and make sure we get more movie reviews done. Whether I'm doing them with Darnell or Nate, or obviously alone sometimes. Try and get more Netflix stuff watched sometime because people maybe go on Tubi and watch bad movies there. Yeah, that's a fucking riot. Oh, do you think
we should do that? Like, find a really bad movie to watch and then try to review it.
There's some ones that Kadar recommended. They look like worse than porn directed movies.
Have you seen the ones that Darnell has recommended? I forget the names of them, but they look so fucking bad. They look like they were made by a high school soccer team with a budget of like $5, and I'm just like, this is awful. Did this man ask if Nosferatu is a series?
I literally don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Walter. Walter, I failed you. Don't trust a black man. What did I?
I'll say if you like The Lighthouse and The Northman, you'll probably like Nosferatu.
Oh my god! I typed in Nosferatu. It gave me Nostradamus. Oh my god, man!
I didn't know we were watching the Da Vinci Code or some shit.
Nosferatu came out in 1922.
Yeah, it came out in the 1920s.
That's fucking insane.
It is literally. It's a silent film, but you could argue without Nosferatu, we wouldn't have any of the fucking shit that we get today.
You watched the last Dracula movie in theaters too. I remember.
Yeah, The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good.
I like the setting. Horror movies for me, man. What makes or breaks it for me is the setting. If the setting is something like that, it has to be something there.
When I reviewed it, I basically said it's just Alien, except everybody's trapped on a ship and, it's Dracula's hunting them all down. But it's not like Dracula in the cape going blah, blah, blah. No, Dracula is like a monster. He's a creature of the night that's just picking off everybody one by one. It's actually really good. If you haven't seen it, dude, check it out. Seriously.
All right. So... Walter says, Nate, MSK is an uncultured swine. Why are you asking if you watched the movie? Because I'm black and I've watched everything.
Because if this man's going to be a true movie critic, he's got to go out and watch movies that he wouldn't normally watch.
That's true. But I hate you. All right. So anything you want to plug beside my wife before we head out?
I'm not plugging your pillow. That's kind of gross.
Don't give me ideas.
Nah, man. Just Curse of Strahd.
We're doing this again. Yeah, we haven't done this in.
We haven't done this in a while. It's been a while.
We've always done them pre-recorded.
Well, I think the last one we did was Trap, but I think Darnell was there.
Yeah, you were here with Trap. Yeah, you're right.
Things to plug in. So Curse of Strahd, episode 13 in 2 weeks time. Episode 12 actually did really good the other night. Darnell is evil now. I don't know. But I'm working on a video right now that I'm going to kind of upload to the movie channel and the gaming channel as well, just kind of going over all the different stuff that I want to try and get done going into 2025. I just got a lot of different ideas floating around in my head about different things that I'd like to do, just kind of involving, all of you, as well as just different stuff that I want to try out myself. Cause, you know, I mean, I've done the gaming stuff. Obviously, I'm doing the D&D stuff and I've done the movie stuff, but there's just different things I'd like to try out to try and maybe,
Mhm.
grow my audience a little more. But
Yeah.
that's really all that's going on, dude.
Yeah, same, pretty much same for me. It's not really about trying out different stuff. It's more like basically getting back on that consistency level that I,
Right.
kind of pride myself on. I feel like when I'm not in it, because I like, as you know me, man, I'm in like the news and everything. I like going over the news, but I feel like when you watch more movies, and I don't mind watching new movies either. I'm probably fine reviewing them and calling out the bullshit. I feel like your opinions on movies get stronger the more you watch, and I feel like I'm not saying I
Well,
don't watch movies myself. It's more like I don't want to be in that category where like I'm only talking about the news and I'm
yeah.
actually seeing the product, because the
Well,
product will reinforce either you getting better opinions or getting worse, or you see how things go. I don't know.
Well, when it comes to reviewing movies, what I've learned is that the more you do it, the better you get at doing it. Like you're more confident, you're not constantly stuttering over yourself trying to get shit out or talk about specific, things that you want to talk about when you're reviewing these movies. You just get better the more you do it. So, if you start going to the movies, let's say like maybe once every 2 weeks, cuz do you got to pass? Cuz that's what I got.
No, no, it's more like I feel like your how you review movies gets better when you watch more movies. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people go, well, "I watched a lot of movies. I'm good." It's like, well, that's you eventually become. I think you become stagnant if you only just not watch stuff. And you only just kind of remember what you watched a long time ago or before. I always have to
Mhm.
keep up with something new because there's always like new actors that are underrated, new dynamics in movies. Like, hey, was this plot idea good, even though it's new, even though I might not like it very much? Because I feel like, man, there's times I didn't go without watching a movie for like a good month, and I feel like my opinions not only got weaker, but I just felt like I wasn't strong enough like I used to be. I want to make sure I'm keeping a sharp eye on like talking and presenting my opinions in a better way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do that thing of like, oh, my favorite content creator said a movie isn't good, so I'm not watching. It's like I don't want to be that way. I'm not some NPC. I have to go see something for myself, or at some point I
No.
will see it for myself to give my opinion on it later on.
Well, and sometimes you're gonna have to force yourself to go see shit that you probably don't even want to
I can
fucking
do the same
see.
thing. Like sometimes you go to a movie theater and you see a random movie or you see a movie that you want to see. Sometimes it's not going to be good. Like that's the nature of it. Sometimes it might be good. Sometimes it might be okay. Sometimes it might be
Or
average.
some
Sometimes it might be
or
bad.
or sometimes you go into a movie not expecting much out of it, and it turns out to be one of the best movies of the fucking year.
Yeah, or it could be a steaming pile of shit like that vampire movie we watched a long time ago. That one was just a steaming ass.
Oh, you're
Steaming
talking about The Invitation?
invitation. What a steaming ass movie.
That
Trash.
movie will live in infamy when it comes to just missed opportunities,
Just
man.
bad CGI. Oh my god, the CGI was so bad. I almost had a stroke. Who
It's
made
not
that?
even that for me. They fumbled the ball towards the end. They had like we've talked about. They had a really solid setup. I
It was
mean,
a
yeah,
really
I mean,
it's a cool
granted, you
idea.
knew where.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you knew where it was going, but towards the end, all of a sudden, it just turned into a cheesy CW show.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
bad.
need to bring these streams back. They're always fun. Nate is always great at carrying dead weight. Are you saying he's LeBron James from the Cavaliers?
I don't
Facts
want to
well for this
be.
man. Nate is strong carrying all that dead weight. I hate you guys. And I told people before too. You can like, dude. A guy in my comment section said, "Man, I don't get why a lot of people didn't like Morbius. I didn't think it was that." I was like, "Dude, you can like whatever." I never told people
Yeah.
you can like whatever you like. I don't care. I'm just telling you my opinion, and I think X movie is bad. Like, I'm only telling you my opinion. I'm saying you have to think differently because of my opinion. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, but you gotta always say these things now. Cause have you did reviews recently where you had to go like, in my opinion? You shouldn't even have to say that. It should just be self-explanatory. It's your opinion. No
Dude,
fucking shit.
I've always said that in my videos, but the thing is, you always get that one jackass that acts like you're completely wrong. It's like, dude, I literally just told you that this is my opinion. I'm not saying that this is the be all end all when it comes to movie opinions. Like, come on.
Yeah. Good lord. Anything you want to shout out or
Uh,
plug
not,
before we leave?
I mean, I plugged in everything that I could.
Oh yeah, like my wife.
I already said I'm not plugging your pillow. It's not happening.
Fucking bastard.
I might get AIDS from that. I don't know.
It's not Tuesday. But yes, everybody, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK show, and we will see you guys later. Have a great weekend and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.